Hey there, fellow adventurers. Welcome back to the Traveling Cheesehead Podcast, your go-to guide for everything that makes Wisconsin amazing, quirky, and downright special. Today, we're talking about a beloved Wisconsin tradition that isn't just a trip. It's a way of life. I'm talking about going up north. If you've ever packed up your car on a Friday, pointed it towards the north woods of Wisconsin, and felt that sense of peace the moment you crossed the county line, you know what I mean. Now, in this episode, we are going to explore what up north means to Wisconsinites, the history of Wisconsin's cabin culture, classic Northwoods experiences from supper clubs to s'mores, hidden gems, and must-visit spots. So grab a brandy old fashioned, put your feet up by the fire, and let's head north. So what does up north mean? Well, in Wisconsin, up north isn't just a place, it's also a feeling. Ask 10 different people where up north is, and you'll probably get 10 different answers. For some, it's Door County. For others, it's Eagle River, Minocqua, or even Hayward. Anywhere past Highway 29, I guess you'd say that's pretty much fair game. But no matter where your up north is, one thing is for sure. The air smells like pine and campfire smoke. You spend the day on a lake, in a boat, or hiking through the woods. At night, you're watching the sunset over that water, then counting stars. And of course, you are eating way too much at a Wisconsin supper club. So whether you've got a family cabin, rent a place, or camp at a state park, the up north experience is pure Wisconsin magic. So let's talk a little bit here about a brief history of Wisconsin's cabin culture. How did this whole cabin culture thing start? Well, like most things in Wisconsin, it goes back to beer, the railroad, and German immigrants. The logging boom was in the 18 to 1900s, where northern Wisconsin was dense with these towering pine forests, trees so big that 8 to 10 men together couldn't get their arms all the way around one tree. Loggers and sawmills set up shop, clearing massive tracts of land. But once the logging declined, that land, it became prime vacation property. So then, about 1920 through 1950, we had the railroad and then tourism. As the railroads expanded, city folks from Milwaukee and Chicago, they started heading north. You know, there wasn't air conditioners, so they wanted in the summer to get somewhere cooler and out of the city. And up north, Wisconsin, that was the place to go. Resorts started popping up along the lakes. Some were simple and some were fancy. That whole escape to the woods idea, it stuck. Now we're talking after World War II, you know, that post-war time. Housing booms, cabin booms, baby booms. So after World War II, these middle-class families could finally afford a place up north. A-frame cabins, rustic fishing shacks, even old logging bunkhouses were converted into vacation homes. If your grandparents or parents built a cabin in the 60s or 70s, chances are it's still in the family. Now, that up north experience, what makes it so special? Okay, let's talk about what really makes a trip up north feel like a trip up north. Here are a few must-have experiences. First of all, you need to have at least one day on a lake. Whether you're fishing for walleye, tubing, or just floating, it's the law. Well, not really, but we have over 15,000 inland lakes, so spend some time on the water. What a great way to relax and commune with nature. If you're lucky, you might even see a bald eagle or a loon. Now, second thing, that classic campfire. With s'mores, obviously, because, you know, if it's a campfire, you need to have a campfire treat. Now, if you don't smell like campfire smoke, did you even go up north? Now, pro tip, if you're making these s'mores, do some swap outs. Swap that Reese's peanut butter cups for Hershey's in your s'mores. If you're like me and you like protein and peanut butter, ooh, that's life-changing. I like to think it makes it healthy. Now, we've talked before about fish fries. If you're going up north, you have to have a Northwoods fish fry. Almost every supper club has a legendary Friday fish fry. You really can't go wrong. Bonus points now if the place has wood paneling, neon beer sign, at least one, and an elderly bartender who makes a mean brandy old-fashioned. Sorry if you're a bourbon fan. You're in Wisconsin. Try that brandy old-fashioned. Now, when you're up north, you also have to add this to your little bingo card here. Stop at a roadside attraction. I love Wisconsin. We have some of the weirdest roadside attractions. It's amazing. Ever been to the world's largest penny in Woodruff, Wisconsin? How about Fred Shear's Lumberjack Show in Hayward? There's a giant loom. We have so many fun things. These quirky little stops, they're just part of the adventure. You're up north and enjoy some of the goofy that you're going to find. Now, some of these must visit spots here. You know the basics now, but where should you actually go? Here are a few, I don't want to call them hidden gems, but if you're not from Wisconsin, you might not know about these, and they really deserve a spot on your travel list. So first of all, Sayner, Wisconsin, Sayner. This is the birthplace of the snowmobile. Yep, the first snowmobile was invented here in 1924. So visit the Snowmobile Hall of Fame, and if you're here in winter, hit the trails. There's Copper Falls State Park. Now, we have so many beautiful state parks in Wisconsin, and for the budget price of one sticker, you can get into all of them, whether you want to make a day trip or do some overnight camping. But Copper Falls is one of Wisconsin's most beautiful hidden parks, I think. There's waterfalls, hiking, and a lot fewer people. It's going to be less crowded than places like Devil's Lake. Now we're going to talk about Hayward, Wisconsin, and the Freshwater Fishing Hall of Fame, home of the giant fiberglass muskie. Now, even if you don't fish, this place is pure Wisconsin kitsch. Trust me, it is worth the stop. If you're interested in the highest point of Wisconsin, Timms Hill. Climb the lookout tower, then reward yourself with cheese curds at a supper club. There you have it in a nutshell. The ultimate guide to Wisconsin's cabin culture. No matter where your up north is, one thing is for sure. It's about getting away, slowing down, and making memories. It's sunsets on the dock, campfires with friends, and a little too much fried food, to be honest. And that's why we keep coming back. Now, I want to hear from you. Where's your favorite place for an up north getaway? And what's your best Northwoods memory? Share it in our comments or drop over on our Road Trips, Wisconsin Road Trips Facebook group and help start the conversation. And hey, if you loved this episode, hit that subscribe button and share it with someone who needs a little Northwoods nostalgia in their life.